Hello everyone, it's Tom. Welcome to the channel World of Discoveries, and I hope you have an amazing day. Today's episode name is 7 Mysterious Sea Creatures Caught on Camera. Scientists know more about the universe than they do about the oceans, according to the Columbia University's Earth Institute. Another survey in Canada, in New Scotland, believes that about 5 to 9% of animals are known from the sea. But out there is a huge number is still unknown. Of the approximately 235,000 species that live below the ocean surface, develop special survive properties such as bioluminescence, allowing them to create their own light sources in the dark, or take predator-like camouflage or spatial resistance to extremely high pressure in the depths. These animals found a way to survive in their mysterious environment. Although some of them may seem bizarre to us, we are still incredibly fascinated by them. Today, we look at the 7 mysterious sea creatures caught on camera. This record was taken in 2010 in the Gulf of Mexico. The statement of the worker of the robotic arm, which is controlled from the cabin above the surface, was that during the handling of the container located at a depth of 1,500 meters, a strange creature suddenly appeared from the depths. According to the record, it was a very large creature, but what kind it was remains mystery. It is possible that it was a giant jellyfish looking for the food, which was attracted by a strong underwater spotlight. Some observers claim that it was an unknown species of the giant octopus. This unknown species of huge sea creature was photographed by Scottish tourist Harvey Robertson on a boat trip to caves of the Greek island of Corfu. Harvey was shocked, of course, when he realized what appeared from the bottom of the cave in front of him. Although it resembles a dolphin in color, it is obviously a new undescribed species according to the shape, its nose and skull. This animal lives in seclusion from humans. The length and shape of the rest of the body remain a mystery, because the photograph captures only upper part. Experts could not classify this creature anywhere, and people compare it to being from Greek mythology. As you can see these pictures, people began to draw the estimate shape of the wool animal. This shot remains an unexplained mystery. Information about the film claims that it was captured on the Florida coast. Let's say at least a few obvious details from the simple observation. You can see that it is a very long creature, and it seems to have an elongated body. But what is really special about it, and what makes it mysterious, is the tail fin. It is divided into 3 ends, which is very unusual. I know many sea creatures personally, but I don't remember ever seeing such one on a big sea creature. There are manatees living here, but they have a tail fin like pancake. Also sharks are living here, and they don't have even such a tail. This creature clearly enjoys quite shallow water, and looks like it's playing. I have been looking for a reasonable explanation on the internet, but people enjoy being a sea monster or mermaid. If any of you have a tip on what this might be, write it down in the comments. hundreds of meters below the surface, is a predator older than the dinosaurs. The scientists of the Ocean X project managed to capture a female deep-sea grey shark at great depths, where it's already completely dark. Only the head is 1 meter wide with a set of sharp teeth. According to the scientists, this ultimate predator is more meters long than average great white shark. For comparison, great white is up to 7 meters long and weigh more than 3 tons, so this female is definitely not a crumb, and it is only provided to scientists that even though species can reach much larger dimensions than previously thought to be the maximum. Scientists, like normal people, want to explore the sea much more, but the government hardly supports projects and spends billions of dollars on space projects. Two divers off the coast of New Zealand managed to film this amazing encounter. A few meters below the surface, they came across this almost 10 meters long sea worm, which probably belongs to the genus Pyrosoma. They are free-floating colonial mammals that usually live in the upper layers of the open ocean in warm seas, although some can be found at the greater depths. Pyrosomes are cylindrical or conical colonies up to 18 meters long, composed of hundreds to thousands of individuals, and are usually called sea cucumbers. These floating living creatures filters the microscopic plant cells in the sea, which it feeds on, and then expels the filtered water into the interior of the colony's cylinder. Pyrosomes are planktonic, which means that their motions are largely controlled by currents, tides, and waves in the oceans. However, each colony can move slowly through the jet propulsion process of the body. Bizarre footage shows the several meter long creature swimming just below the dark surface of the Yangtze River in the city of Yacheng in Hubei province in central China. Its length is estimated at almost 4 meters and also seems to have a kind of humped element on the back of a slender body. According to reports, a mysterious animal was seen on the borders of the scenic area of the dam, which is a popular tourist destination for sailing on the rivers. The Yangtze is Asia's longest river, 6,300 kilometers long, which flows through almost the entire width of China to the east and flows into the East China Sea. More than 4 million people have seen Loch Ness-style footage of this monster since it appeared online. Of course, people challenge the quality of the film and ask, why is every image of the mysterious monster always so blurry? That's true, and I don't want to defend the cameraman, but it can be also close the best photo camera if you zoom in at the great distance. Skeptics see this as a floating waste, which one, on the other hand, cannot swim against the stream. Some argue that it must be the water snake, because Burmese pythons are often found in China and are able to grow to large size like this. Although the python can swim, it does not explicitly look for water and lives on land. In addition, it does not have a growth at the end of the body, so none of this option is completely convincing. Maybe it's really an unknown creature, and I will leave it to your imagination what it may be. The giant jellyfish, also known as lion's mane jellyfish, is the largest known species of jellyfish. It occurs mainly in the subarctic waters of the Arctic Ocean and in the northern parts of the Atlantic and Pacific. The largest documented specimen was found washed up on the shores of the Gulf of Massachusetts in 1870 with bell dimension and diameter of 2.3 meters and tentacles reaching a length of 37 meters. The giant jellyfish uses its stinging tentacles to capture, draw in, and eat prey, which can be fish, sea creatures, and small jellyfish. These extremely sticky tentacles are grouped into 8 tufts, each carrying over 100 tentacles arranged rows. Lion's mane jellyfish usually remain close to the surface, up to the maximum of depth 20 meters. Their slow pulsating movements move the push forward only weakly, so they are largely dependent on sea streams, allowing them to travel vast distance. Man's encounter with this jellyfish is not deadly under normal circumstances. However, due to the large number of tentacles, medical care is recommended after stinging. So, it's recommended not to care with these creatures too. I hope you liked the video, and if so, share it with your friends, and I will be looking forward to see you again in the next episode. Have a nice day.